Hello all and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about PayPal's new Bitcoin other cryptocurrency options including Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum. They've made a huge splash in cryptocurrency news, first with their announcement a few months ago allowing users to purchase these four cryptocurrencies, and then the announcement earlier last month allowing 26 million merchants to accept crypto including Bitcoin. But how does this work in practice? Seems kind of suspicious to me. I've gone through the entire process from A to Z of PayPal's cryptocurrency system so that you don't have to, and so that we can see it isn't all it's cracked up to be. But before I get started, I just want to remind you to hit that like and subscribe. We've got a lot of great videos coming out for you all about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, e-commerce. I'm going to break this video down into three parts. First, the consumer Bitcoin buying experience. Second, the consumer selling and paying experience. And third, the merchant experience. But before I break them into those three parts, there's several caveats to keep in mind throughout this process with PayPal. Number one, you do not have a private key for your wallet. Number two, PayPal does not let you move Bitcoin off of PayPal. Number three, PayPal does not let you pay using Bitcoin from outside wallets. And number four, no Bitcoin is ever transferred on the Bitcoin blockchain during the entire process. It's worth looking closer into the fact, three, that PayPal does not let you pay using outside wallets. In fact, PayPal doesn't actually let merchants accept any Bitcoin. So customers with Bitcoin and Electrum, blockchain, Coinbase, etc., they can't pay. Only customers holding tokenized Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash in their PayPal account via PayPal. What does this mean? It means that PayPal's system is a PR stunt from the start. But I tried out that whole process to show just how bad it is. Number one, the consumer Bitcoin buying experience. In order to purchase Bitcoin, you have to start with your KYC. This is fairly standard. A lot of exchanges have it. PayPal specifically requires you to either provide a driver's license or utility bill. Slight problem, I don't pay utilities. It's all covered in my rent. And I don't drive either. I first tried to use my passport, didn't work. Then I tried to send my rental agreement. Finally it worked. The crazy thing is I received absolutely zero communication from PayPal during all of this. I didn't know when it failed, I didn't know when it succeeded. I had to go in manually and see if I could still put in a document, a KYC document. After I was accepted though, it was time to purchase that Bitcoin. I decided to only purchase $20 worth of Bitcoin. And when I went inside, I was greeted with a pretty standard price chart. What I noticed though, it only shows it 3 hours ahead of time. So I've got a video up here. When I was looking at this at 10:58 Eastern Time, the most recent price was 7:57 a.m. Yikes. I then selected $20 and clicked on buy, selected my payment method, and it was only then that I saw the current exchange rate, what it was at 10:59 11 a.m. at this point, and how much Bitcoin I was actually buying, not just the USD price. I pulled up Kraken to compare. PayPal had a 0.50% markup. They quoted one Bitcoin at $59,297, while Kraken quoted one Bitcoin at $58,978. This was on top of a 50-cent fee. That means that PayPal is making a profit on the transaction not through the 50-cent transaction fee, but rather through that markup. If someone had purchased one Bitcoin when I had purchased it, PayPal would have made a $310 profit just on the markup alone. The transaction was instantaneous and I was thanked for buying my Bitcoin. Yeah, right. Now, how do the consumers view the Bitcoin? To view the Bitcoin after purchase, PayPal will constantly show you the USD amount, not the amount of Bitcoin you have. You have to move through several screens to see the amount in Bitcoin. The price PayPal shows is the average of the buy and sell price. Because PayPal has a markup, this can bring the worth of your Bitcoin down quite a bit. For example, right after I purchased my $20, it was only showing $19.95. How can you sell and use your Bitcoin? And combining these two sections together for good reason. PayPal actually never moves any Bitcoin, ever, period, nada. They're always just selling it. When you purchase something, you're selling it. When you sell something, well, you're selling it. But before you get started with this, PayPal needs a little bit more info. You can never get enough. You have to provide your name and your social security number. This is for tax purposes, and they'll also send you a 1099 so that you can fill it out. Starting with the sales side of Bitcoin, the process is essentially the same as buying. When I looked into the process of selling, the markup was actually even higher than when I purchased, 0.65%, with PayPal quoting $60,009 versus Kraken at $60,400. Someone sold a single Bitcoin at this point, PayPal would have received a profit of $391 on top of their transaction fee. Using Bitcoin for purchases is a heck of a lot more interesting, and also a little bit more scary. All US stores that have PayPal should accept Bitcoin. You need to have enough Bitcoin in your wallet to purchase for the option to actually show up. You can't purchase enough Bitcoin to cover the sale. I looked into several big name stores like Walmart and Home Depot, but none had an option. I'm assuming it's because my cart was too close to the $20 for PayPal's comfort to actually show up, but I was finally able to get it to show up with a cheap Etsy purchase. On the payment screen, there was Bitcoin below the normal PayPal payment options. Upon selecting the option, you're given a warning screen that detailed 3 items. 1. You are selling that Bitcoin to pay. 2. Refunds are given in USD. And 3. Sales are, well, taxable. Upon confirming these items, it shows you how much Bitcoin is actually being sold off, and the conversion rate. Quoted me 60,150 versus 60,508 on Kraken. That's another 0.6% markup. PayPal getting a $358 profit if someone purchased an item worth 1 Bitcoin. Using Bitcoin for payment doesn't come with a transaction fee, though, interestingly enough. That means that you can technically bypass the sale transaction fee. When Sell Bitcoin to Continue is clicked, the sale of the Bitcoin is automatically processed, but not the purchasing of the item. So I accidentally sold off $4 when I accidentally clicked on that button. I didn't want to. I was able to sell off $4 without a transaction fee. This is an interesting workaround if users are looking to save a few bucks. The other crazy item, though, is that the price on the checkout screen would fluctuate dramatically. When I first went in, it was showing that $60,150. But after only a minute, the price on that screen started going up and down like crazy. At one point, it went as low as $6,114 before going back up to about $6,145. That means that there's no way that you can keep a price locked in, unlike most other payment processors. That's crazy. And what about the merchant experience? The merchant experience is non-existent. PayPal's Bitcoin processor is entirely a consumer-side product. The merchant does not have to do anything to accept Bitcoin. There are no extra fees. But they will never see the Bitcoin, period. They do not get the Bitcoin. There is no option to keep Bitcoin that is being used to pay for their products. All they see is fiat currency. Merchants, if you want to get Bitcoin, this is not the way to do it. Again, PayPal's new Bitcoin payment processor is fake. It is purely a PR stunt by PayPal. Bitcoin is not changing hands. Bitcoin is not moving on the blockchain. Users are essentially using PayPal tokenized currency, PayPal Cash, disguised as this cryptocurrency. You don't get the benefits of Bitcoin, and they get the benefits of holding assets that will increase in value dramatically. The fact of the matter is you are not using Bitcoin on PayPal. It is all smoke and mirrors.